क्या बोले? क्या भी कर रहे हो तो बोलो हम भी ऐसे ही तेरे बच्चे को भी डांट ले रहा बाकी कबर बच्चे को डांट दो क्या नाम से डांटते डांट
Hey guys, greetings of the day. So today we're going to discuss a new topic, biosphere from the chapter ninth class, Telangana and AP. Telangana and AP. As you know that we have here some kind of words here, biosphere. Bio means life. Bio means life. Life means living things. Okay. The Earth is, you can see here, the Earth is a unique planet in that it has life thriving on it. It is inhabited by countless forms of life from microscopic bacteria to great banyan trees and animals like elephants, tigers, blue whales, and of course human beings. The fact that the Earth has a combination of land, air, and water and a moderate temperature due to more distance from the sun has made life possible on it. We saw in earlier chapter that the life thrives only in the intersection of three spheres: lithosphere, atmosphere, and hydrosphere. According to many geographers, geographer means what the meaning of geographers? Mean of geographers. Okay, geo means earth. Geo means earth. Grapher means writing. Okay, itself constitutes a separate sphere called biosphere. All forms of life, all forms of life have an integral connection. What is meant integral? Integral connection with each other. Connection with each other. Land has a connection to water and air and sunshine around them. So they draw their substances from them and in turn affect them in significant ways. Okay, next. Various forms of life are not only related to the three spheres around them, but also to each other. They are part of complex food chain. That is one kind of the life becomes food for the another kind. And many of the life forms are also symbiotic. What does mean of symbiotic? Any idea about anyone, guys? No? We can think. Symbiotic. Symbiotic meaning. Okay. Anyone idea? No. Symbiotic means involving interaction between two different organisms living in close physical associations. The fungi form symbiotic association with the roots of planet species, denoting a mutual beneficial relationship between the different peoples of the group. That's called symbiotic. That's called symbiotic. What that? Involving reaction between two different organisms living in close physical association. That's called symbiotic. Okay. Symbiotic. Okay. That is, they live by exchanging essential substances with each other. Let us consider some example. The primary food the primary food producers are plants, which produce food with the help of sunlight. We can call that photosynthesis. The process is called as photosynthesis. The plants themselves draw their vital nutrients from the soil, especially from organic compounds formed due to decay. The plants themselves draw especially from organic compounds formed due to decay of the other plants and animals. They also depend upon nitrogen stored in soil by bacteria. The food produced by the plants is eaten by plant eating animals, usually called as herbivores. Plant eating animals called as herbivores. Herbivores. Herb means small plants. Vores means eaters. Small plants like deer, cattle, goats, elephants, etc. Other animals like dogs, cats, fishes, birds, tigers, etc. eat flesh of the herbivorous animal, flesh of the herbivore animals, and in this way are indirectly dependent upon plants. Bacteria and fungi help in decomposition. What does mean of decomposition? Any idea, anyone?
क्या है मालूम ये
Okay,
बाल
just we
इसके
first
बाद
underline it.
है
What
नहीं
that?
आटे का घर है ना उसके बाद नहीं है
Decomposition.
वो पानी मारे तो
Herbivores.
ओके हमारे तेरे से पानी की तरह था वहाँ के मछली तरह ही
Decomposition.
हुए हाँ
Decomposition. Okay, no worries. I will let you know. Decomposition. D months. That means decreasing.
छोड़ो 3 मिनट लगते हैं रुको 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 जी
Decomposition means state or
टाइम देखा
process of rotting, decay. That means destroying.
सर इसमें देखो पढ़ो
Okay, plants decompose to make fossil fuel also. Right? Clear? Next, decomposition, decay of dead trees and animals and breaking them down into organic compounds, which the plants draw upon for their growth. Thus, the cell of life goes on. Any disturbance in this cycle can create when it is called ecological crisis. Crisis means difficulties, destroying. Okay, ecological. For example, if a plant particular species which feeds upon a particular kind of plant is exterminated, it would result in unchecked growth of the plant. It may grow so much that it may introduce into the area where other plants grow and disturb their growth. What is mean of introduce? What does mean of introduce? Okay. What does mean of introduce? Any idea? No idea. Let's have a little.
ब्राह्मणुలను
Introduce.
ब्रा
Okay.
ब्राह्मु
Introduce means put oneself deliberately into a place or situation where one is unwelcome or ununited. He had no right to introduce in their lives. She felt awkward at the introducing pivots. Enter with the disruptive adverb effect is called introduce. That means entering without their consent is called introduce. Okay. Entering into other places without their support or without their welcome is called introduce. Another example of disturbance is mixing up poisonous substance to aid. Mixing up poisonous substance to aid water or soil. Many industries use chemicals and metals which flow into the streams of the rivers. This leads to an increase in the level of such chemicals in the water. These chemicals and metals like mercury are consumed by the microorganisms in the water and in turn become the food of a large number of fishes. Okay, the mercury are consumed by the microorganisms in water and in turns become the food of a large number of fishes. When human beings consume these fishes, they too absorb some amount of mercury, which is detrimental to their health. That means very dangerous to their health. Okay, let us look at another example. Vultures feed upon dead animals like cattle. Vultures eating dead carcass used to be common sight in villages and towns some 20 years ago. However, people started noticing that vultures have virtually disappeared and are sighted very rarely. Investigation suggests that the farmers use a particular chemical called diclofenac to treat cattle. When the cattle died, their flesh retains this chemical. When their flesh is consumed by the vultures, diclofenac leads to kidney failure in them and they die within a week or so. In this way, vultures have come very close to the extinction. Extinction means decreasing the value. Okay. Since all living and non-living things on the earth are in one way or the other connected to each other, changes affecting one in due to time affect all others also. Natural vegetation. What is that? Next, natural vegetation. Okay. Natural vegetation is generally classified into three broad categories. Forest, one is forest, and increasing in areas with a sufficient rainfall and sunshine. Okay, grasslands in regions with a moderate rains and shrubs in dry regions. One is forest, grasslands, and shrubs. Three. In very cold regions, we have tundra vegetation consisting of small shrubs, moss, and foliages. moss and leeches. Moss and leeches. Okay, clear. Let us study some of these in great detail. Okay, you can see that. Just a minute, we gone outside. Okay. As you may remember, there is different kinds of forest depending upon the climate of the places. Climate of the places. Tropical evergreen forest. What that? Tropical evergreen forest. These forests are also called tropical rainforest. Called as tropical rainforest. These thick forests are found in the regions near the equator, close to the tropic. These are found. These are found. These thick forests are found in regions near the equator and close to the tropics. These regions are hot and receive heavy rainfall throughout the year. As there is no particular dry season, the trees do not shed their leaves altogether. Okay, do not shed their leaves altogether. This is the reason they are called evergreen. What does it mean? There is no particular dry season. So that means they doesn't have any kind of dry seasons. So if there is no dry season, they do not shed their leaves altogether. This is the reason they are called evergreen. The thick canopies of the closely spaced trees do not allow the sunlight to penetrate inside. To penetrate inside, you can see here figure number 5 point. Figure number you can see here tropical evergreen forest. Tropical evergreen forest. Tropical evergreen forest. Okay, you can see tropical deciduous forest also. Tropical deciduous forest. So what are the thick canopies of closely spaced tree do not allow the sunlight to penetrate inside the forest even in daytime. Hardwood trees like rosewood, ebony, mahogany are common here. Tropical deciduous forest. Tropical deciduous forest. Second is tropical deciduous forest. Okay, let's continue with the next topic. We will get back to you soon. Okay. So let's continue with the next topic. Thank you so much. It kindly review the process very clearly, easily to understand the topic very clearly. If any doubts, you can raise a query also. Your option, you can say hi to me. If any doubts, if you have any doubts, let me know. Any doubts, just let me know. Any doubts, let me know. Okay. I can help you to understand. I can help you to understand clearly. Understand clearly.